so upset with upper management and administration that I could have walked out on my shift.
Right now, why hundreds of local UW nurses say they are trying to unionize. Plus, the university homecoming celebrations are back this year. A look at all the fun happening downtown tonight. And later, week 2 of the high school football postseason. Who's advancing? Who's calling it a season? The final drive is coming up. This is News 3 Now at 10. And thanks for joining us tonight. Dozens of UW Health nurses are taking to Facebook with the hashtag Why UW Nurses Need a Union to share their stories about what they say is a dire situation. Talia Muhadeen spoke with a group of those nurses. She joins us now with more. Talia?
The nurses I spoke with say the faces and stories shared on Facebook are saying the same thing. Being a nurse at UW Health is tough. After losing their union, they say the hospital's nurse retention rate has taken a major dive, making it harder for them to care for patients. Nurses working at UW Hospital say they're in crisis mode.
We have 6-hour waits in our emergency room. We have, at any point in time, we can have 20 to 50 people in the hallway.
Due to a severe lack of staffing.
We are anywhere between 20 to 45 nurses short every single shift.
And they say UW Health's administration is not doing enough about it.
We are not only dealing with a lack of employees, but we are actively hemorrhaging the ones that we do have. And these are nurses that have been there for 10, 15, 20 years that are leaving because it's not what it used to be.
ER nurse Casey Waters says since losing their union in 2014, UW Hospital hasn't been the same.
Cost of healthcare has gone up exponentially for us. It costs almost thousands of dollars to park in the parking lot. Our raises don't match cost of living increases.
Earlier this month, nurse Mary Jorgensen says she reached out to the hospital board to be put on their meeting's agenda, but was declined.
We had more patients than what we were able to take, and one of our administrative heads came down and actually just wished us good luck and walked away.
In a statement to News 3, UW Health representatives said nurses were offered the option to submit written information to the board. They also referred us to a statement issued in February of 2020. It reads, "The board agrees with management that there is opportunity for improvement in two-way communication between UW-HCA employees and management, including shared governance for nurses. But these nurses say that hasn't worked."
They keep listening, and we keep saying, and there's never an action, there is never follow through.
So they say they'll keep fighting for themselves and their patients. UW Health nurses did share individual hospital board members have been willing to sit down with them, so they're still hoping to build better relationships across the board. But they also say the majority of UW nurses have signed on to a petition to bring unions back.
Talia, thank you. The FDA tonight authorizing COVID-19 vaccines for children ages 5 to 11, but they won't be able to be given out until at least next week. Vaccine advisors at the CDC have to meet next Tuesday to discuss whether they will recommend it. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky will make the final decision, and they can be administered after that. It is the first COVID vaccine authorized in the U.S. for those younger children. It's 1/3 the dose size of the vaccine used for those 12 and older. A new analysis shows 89% of vaccinated Americans are eligible for booster shots once enough time passes after their original vaccination. This includes everyone who received a Johnson & Johnson shot. All those people qualify for a booster 2 months after their original dose. Those who received a Moderna or Pfizer can get a booster at least 6 months after their second shot if they are older than 65 or at high risk for severe COVID-19. According to the CDC, that includes anyone who smokes, is overweight, has anxiety, depression, or other medical conditions. It also includes certain occupations like teachers and healthcare workers. And around Wisconsin, the Department of Health Services is reminding people to be safe this Halloween holiday weekend. Numbers have stayed the same for most of the week, with daily new cases below the 2,000 mark. City of Milwaukee employees have until the end of today to show proof of their vaccinations. Workers had 60 days to comply. Right now, about 91% of those employees have shown proof. If workers do not submit their information, they'll be suspended for up to 30 days. And if they do not comply within that time of their suspension, they will then be fired. Well, let's get a look at our certified most accurate forecast for the weekend. Here's meteorologist Chris Reese. Chris?
We have seen the shower activity move on out of the picture. So here I am, hanging out on the patio. It is dry tonight. Here's radar, and you see most of that shower activity. We're going to find that over in the south and east. northeast part of the Midwest as we go throughout tonight. This continues to roll on out towards tomorrow. That does mean we will continue to dry out. We've got a little bit of cloud cover still hanging out, but we get rid of that as we go through time. 51, that is our temperature right now. Wind still out of the north at 9 miles per hour. 54 still for Janesville. You work your way towards places like Baraboo and the Dells, up towards Watoma, Camp Douglas. That is where we do find our temperature still hanging out into the upper 40s as of now. But as we look ahead, even our temperature here in Madison will fall into the 40s as we start to move later on into the night. You'll wake up tomorrow with those temperatures right around 44 to 45 degrees. But here's what I want you to take away. We're in a drier pattern that's getting ready to take over, but we're also getting cool as we start to move towards next week. We're going to talk a little bit more about that cool down coming up in about 10 to 15 minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. An ongoing issue in Dane County strikes again, this time in Cottage Grove, where authorities say someone stole a family's vehicle right out of their garage in broad daylight. Happened Wednesday afternoon on Heather Drive. This theft, just the latest in an ongoing trend this year, according to statistics from around mid-October. The Dane County Sheriff's Office reported 56 car thefts in their jurisdiction. That number already outpaces all of 2020 when the total from the year was 54. We spoke with a neighbor today.
Saw the police officers talking to my neighbors, and I asked them what kind of trouble they were in. And they told me their car got stolen, and I screamed because I couldn't believe it in our neighborhood.
The family in this incident did get their vehicle back, according to police, in part because they had a tracking device which helped authorities find it. So far, there have been no arrests. Shocking video tonight. This is in Florida. A driver able to somehow survive this fiery crash, partly because that group of police officers happened to be gathered nearby. Video released by the West Palm Beach Police Department shows a speeding white sedan crashing into that pole early Wednesday. The car just avoided hitting those parked squad cars. Police were able to quickly jump into action as the vehicle caught fire. One officer used a fire extinguisher. Others helped pull the motorist out of that burning car. New at 10, Madison police say they are looking for a suspect who shot into an occupied vehicle this afternoon on Broadway. Happened just after 2 p.m. near the Dunkin' Donuts there. Police say multiple shots were fired into the vehicle. No injuries were reported. Officers say it is an isolated incident. Sad update to a story we've been following all day. We are told a dog lost its life today in an apartment fire on Monroe Street in Madison. The fire department says crews were able to make their way into the third-floor apartment of that structure shortly after the call came in about 6:30 this morning. Heavy black smoke coming from inside. They put the fire out quickly, but firefighters found the dog during their search of that third-floor unit. The people living in that unit were not home at the time of the fire. President Biden began a day of meetings in Italy today with a meeting with Pope Francis in Vatican City. The two have met in the past, but this is their first time meeting since the start of the Biden presidency. White House officials say for an hour and a half, the two engaged in extended talks on climate change, poverty, and the pandemic. The G20 summit gets underway tomorrow in Rome. And developing tonight, Britain's Queen Elizabeth has been told by doctors to rest for at least the next 2 weeks and not undertake any official visits. The announcement comes more than a week after the 95-year-old monarch spent a night in the hospital for what a spokesman described at the time as preliminary investigations. A welcome sight in downtown Madison this evening after an all-virtual homecoming last year. People are getting back together in person this time, and things kicked off this afternoon. The annual homecoming parade. This year's theme, trick or treat. Not only was there a sea of red along the route, there were also plenty of costumes. A reminder, Freak Fest is canceled tomorrow, but downtown will likely be a lot busier than it was a year ago. UW police have extra staffing this weekend, just in case. Following the parade, the festivities moved over to the Union Terrace, Alumni Park. A silent disco, live music, collaborative mural project, art shows, a magic show, and much more, all part of this evening's activities. And what kind of homecoming event would it be without another performance from the UW Marching Band? The night was supposed to be capped off with some fireworks. However, that show was canceled due to the wind. And the iconic Pink Flamingos also back on Bascom Hill for the Fill the Hill event. This started as a prank back in the late 1970s, but has now evolved into a fundraising effort. One flamingo is added to the hill for every donation made. And for every $250 you give, the UW will send a flamingo right to your house. And you can't forget the big football game. The Badgers taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes, the 9th-ranked Iowa Hawkeyes tomorrow morning. A big and challenging homecoming opponent this year. Kickoff for that one's slated for 11 a.m. And still to come tonight, a look ahead to your complete weekend forecast. We'll see if it'll hold up for the game and for trick-or-treating. And later, highlights, scores, Week 2, high school football playoff action. That's just ahead. Stay with us.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
This is Ford Truck Month. Time to take a ride in the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 with an available 12-inch touchscreen, an available interior work surface, and for powerful performance on demand, a class-exclusive available ProPower onboard mobile generator. These are America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Inventory levels are coming back up, making Truck Month the time to get an F-150 with 0 for 72 and 1,000 retail order bonus.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
Are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Now is a great time to insulate ahead of the cold weather with fiberglass insulation from Menards. Knauf Insulation offers superior year-round comfort and is perfect for lowering energy costs. Save 11% on all Knauf fiberglass insulation. Keep out the elements and continue cutting energy bills with clear polyplastic sheeting. This waterproof medium-duty sheeting is ideal for many kinds of protection. Get 11% off all Polar Plastics products now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Saturday on News 3 Now this morning, we've got what you need to know ahead of this weekend's homecoming game at Camp Randall. Plus, we'll share your trick-or-treating forecast and how long the sun will stick around as we enter November. Join us Saturday morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. Japanese automaker Toyota adding an electric SUV to its lineup. Take a look at this. It's called the BZ4X. It features a steering yoke similar to the one in the latest version of the Tesla Model S. The SUV was first revealed at the Shanghai Auto Show earlier this year. The BZ4X expected to be available in Japan in mid-2022. It is unclear if it will be available here in the U.S. Some entertainment news tonight. Will Ferrell confirming he turned down a $29 million offer to star in a sequel to Elf. The 2003 film, one of the most successful Christmas movies of all time, it grossed $220 million with a budget of just $33 million. The Hollywood Reporter recently spoke to Ferrell about his role and why he walked away from such a lucrative deal for a sequel. And Will Ferrell said he thought the movie would be a bomb after $200 million made the first time around. Well, Halloween is, of course, this weekend. If you're looking to find when you can go trick-or-treating, we have a complete list of all the dates and times for several communities across southern Wisconsin. Simply go to channel3000.com to get the very latest. Now we want to go to meteorologist Chris Reese. The weather, always important on homecoming weekend and, of course, on Halloween weekend for those trick-or-treaters. Chris?
Yeah, we're tracking it all. We've got your Badger forecast, your Halloween forecast, all as we go through the next couple of minutes here. Now, of course, we've been tracking the rain as well. Thankfully, most of that has cleared on out of here. We're still seeing some of those showers a little bit further towards the south and east, but they move away from us as we go throughout the night. Mostly cloudy right now. Temperatures are at 51 degrees. We're seeing those winds sustained out of the north at 9 miles per hour. 40s and 50s, that's pretty much where we all stand right now. We'll start to cool things down at least a bit as we start to move into your overnight hours. But that leads us to tomorrow, Badger football kicking off at 11 o'clock. We'll see a little bit more cloud cover early. We get rid of that cloud cover as we go throughout the game. Temperatures are warming into the 50s. So 51 to start. By the end of the game, look for those temperatures hanging out around 56 to 57 degrees. Staying cool, but remaining dry. Then we start to move towards your Halloween. Everyone get in a little bit of your dancing. Let's have some fun with this one. As you go out towards your Halloween night, you're getting ready to trick or treat. You're taking the kids out, 5 o'clock. We'll see sunshine. Temperatures are going to be right around 49 to 50 degrees at that point. Now, as we start to move towards 6 o'clock, that sun is going down. We're at 48 degrees. And then by 7 o'clock, we still keep those temperatures into the mid-40s. So as soon as that sun sets, we'll start to see those temperatures drop. I'm not expecting much in the way of wind, so it should stay comfortable. This is really about as good as it gets when it comes to Halloween this time of the year when you plan on your trick-or-treating. If you're trick-or-treating on Saturday, we're going to be dry then as well. In fact, this is Future Track, just kind of taking us through tonight and into the weekend. This is tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock. We're at 46 degrees. You see some of that cloud cover earlier, how that clears out more so into the afternoon. 57 for your high. And then we start to move into your Sunday. This is Sunday afternoon, 49 to 50. That is where those temperatures are going to stand. We're dry after the rain that we have now continues to move out. Dry all through most of next week. Honestly, the only type of precipitation we could see next week is maybe a stray flurry that comes off of the lakes. That's right. We are talking about some colder air that will eventually continue to work its way into the mix as we go throughout next week. I'll tell you, the model said, I don't want to show you the colder air, so I'll show it to you this way. How about that extended forecast? We go from 50s to 40s as we start to look down the road, and overnight lows, the temperature in the morning as you head outside, those will be in the 20s for a good portion of next week. Wednesday looks the coldest, starting out at 25, only warming up to 41. That means most of your Wednesday, we're going to be spending that day into the 40s, guys. And on the bright side, we are expecting more of that sunshine as we go throughout the week. I say it on the morning show all the time. If you ever watch us in the morning, a sunny 45 is an entirely different experience from a cloudy or a rainy 45. So as we go throughout next week, the sunshine will help things feel at least a little bit better for us.
And welcome to the Level 2 playoff edition of the Final Drive. Last week it was win and move on. This week, same story for the remaining teams. Sun Prairie, one of the teams left standing in their postseason opener, when they left no doubt that the Cardinals are a force to be reckoned with a 63-0 win in Level 1. Tonight it's a day with Fond du Lac in Level 2. No score in the first. Sun Prairie on the move. Cortez LeGrant sheds a tackle, gets to the outside, and he gone. 36 yards on the score. Cardinals go up 7-0. Now they're down 14-7 in the second, but there goes that man again. LeGrant with a little wiggle, and then he runs right into your living room to tie the game up. Now they get the ball back, and on 4th and 2, who does Sun Prairie go to? LeGrant. He's in for his third tutty of the half. Cardinals go on to win 35-20. So it will be an all Big 8 Level 3 in a battle of the Cardinals, because Middleton took down Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln 21-20 in the Division II DeForest season. Comes to an end. They fall at Menominee 29-25. 2011 was the last time Edgewood made a deep run in the playoffs. That year, the Crusaders' season came to an end in Level 4. 2 more wins gets them there, but first things first, you got to take care of business tonight. And Jordan Reed was on hand to see a team that's been unstoppable all season long.
Yeah, Edgewood finished the regular season undefeated, then put up 53 points during their Level 1 playoff game last week. The Crusaders are, like you had said with Sun Prairie, they're also a force to be reckoned with. But coming into the playoffs, Edgewood's focus was to go 1-0 each week, taking on the Kewaskum Indians in Level 2. And Crusaders don't waste any time making a statement, and when I say that, I mean Jackson Trudgeon. There is no catching him. He takes it all the way to the house for an early lead. Well, Edgewood goes up 13-0 in the second. Edgewood looking for more. Mason Fulker's in for QB. He feels the pressure and finds Trudgeon over the middle, and you can guess the rest. Second teddy of the night for the senior. Crusaders roll past the Indians, winning 40-0. They move on to level 3, where they're going to face the winner of this next game. It's win or go home for Columbus and Lake Mills. Cardinals get to work quick. On their first snap, Colton Brunell bursts through the line and goes 77 yards to give Columbus an early 6-0 lead. The Cards still soaring in the second quarter. Nathan Cotter fakes up the defense with the read option and uses a nasty stiff arm to set up his team deep in Elkats territory. Now finish off the drive, Cardinals go back to Brunell. Nothing is slowing this guy down as he scores his second touchdown of the night. Columbus wins 26-6 and will face Edgewood next week for level 3 playoffs. And in D3, some huge upsets. Baraboo tops 10th ranked Moosney 35-28, and Monroe takes down top-ranked Greendale 42-6. And Jefferson moved on with a 26-7 win over New Berlin Eisenhower.
Thanks, Jordan. And in Division 4, Wisconsin Dells, their win in advance with a 36-13 win over Berlin. Now, the Swallows proved they're one of the toughest conferences in the state. With 4 teams still alive in the playoffs, Belleville is one of those 4 left, and they have a huge test with a Marshall team that enters undefeated. The Eastern Suburban champs hoping to keep their win streak alive, and the Cards flew out of the gates in this one. Matthew Model takes the handoff, bounces it outside, and finds some wide open space. Just like that, it's 7-0 Marshall. But then Trevor Seisey took the game over in the second quarter. The QB calls his own number to put Belleville on the board, and he'd score again on another QB keeper. And then later in the quarter, Seisey going to use his arm, finds a wide open Andrew Ace, and Belleville moves on with a 28-13 win. They'll face Broadhead Judah in level 3. To get to the second round, Potosi-Cassville rallied from 15 points down in the fourth to win. Their reward, well, a trip to Highland and a team that's been on a roll in October. In the month alone, the Cardinals have outscored their opponents 184-12, and they came out of the gates blistering. Now, hear me out. Opening kickoff looks like it's going to be a disaster, but Brett McGuire scoops it up, breaks a tackle, and another, and then he remembers he has reservations for 6. 30 seconds into the game, and Highland is up 7-0. No panic in Potosi-Cassville. They answer with their own dynamic duo. QB Levi Groom to wide receiver Roby Rowe. And the Chieftains get on the board and take the lead with the 2-point conversion. Now later, Groom off the play action finds Eli Adams, and he finds the end zone. Potosi-Cassville advances with a 38-35 win. They'll face Cashton next week. And still to come, the Badgers were red hot on the ice in Ann Arbor. How a fast start pushed Wisconsin past the #2 team in the nation. More sports after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
If you've been injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. There are specific rules and regulations that apply, and we know what it takes to win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's more than a basketball court that nurtured a championship. For Alex Lasry, building Pfizer Forum was about creating opportunity.
We said workers come first, $15 an hour pay, and 80% of the building materials are going to come from Wisconsin.
Alex Lasry kept those commitments.
Some just talk. Alex got it done.
That's why so many labor unions are supporting Alex.
He'll be a senator who works as hard as Wisconsin.
I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message because leadership is about what actually gets done.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons. To help you take walks again. To ease your pain.
To rebuild your strength.
And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care.
We care about you.
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 They care about me.
Sauk Prairie HEALTHCARE Orthopedics. Listening, healing, caring. It's in our nature.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models, or save up to $42.62 on select models.
At Security Health Plan, we're celebrating you. And you. 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 And you. By offering affordable Medicare plans with special perks just for you. Register for a seminar or personal appointment to learn more.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At Shopco Optical, your eyes are everything to us too, which is why we offer everything to help you see better and look better. A huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're Shopco Optical. You'll see.
Right now, get 35% off lenses with the purchase of any frames.
I did not have to put anything down.
Not a cent.
I had absolutely no out-of-pocket costs.
If you don't win, we don't win. If I don't win, you don't win. What does that mean? It was like, well, if you don't win, you don't pay us anything.
There was no fee unless we won the case.
One call, that's all.
Tonight's the night. Badger men's basketball team is back. Wisconsin hosting UW-Whitewater in a final tune-up before the real games begin. Best part about an exhibition game, final result doesn't matter. Badgers, though, get to work quick. They're going to work it inside to their big man, Stephen Crowell, and he knocks down the turnaround J for 2+1. He finished with a game-high 18 points and 6 boards. He also added in a block. Then later, it's Lauren Bowman's turn. He's going to bank it home for 2 more. Badgers win 76-50. The Wisconsin women's hockey team said all the right things leading up to their series against Minnesota State. As the #1 team in the nation, they're not overlooking a team that's near the bottom of the WCHA. Badgers lead the all-time series 91-3 with 3 ties, and they started fast in this one. McKenna Webster deflects it in off the rebound to put UW up 1-0. Minnesota State would tie it up later in the period, and it would stay tied until the third. That's when Darryl Watts goes top shelf with the wrister. At your game winner, Badgers take it 2-1, the final. The Badger men looking to even their series with Michigan and Wisconsin. Couldn't have asked for a better start. Caden Brown dangles it and then slides it past the tender to put UW up 1-0. Then in the second period, check out Tarek Baker. The captain steals the puck and then lights the lamp as the Badgers take down the #2 team in the country. 4-2 is your final. There are big things happening inside the Wisconsin wrestling room. The Badgers enter this year with high expectations. They brought in a couple transfers, and last year's freshman class will actually get to wrestle. That includes Braxton Amos, who won gold at the Junior Worlds, and coming off a 12th place finish at last year's Big Tens, you could say this group can't wait to get out on the mat and show the country Badger wrestling is back.
I think a lot of us are just ready to go. I mean, we had that short season last year, only being able to wrestle teams within the Big Ten. So I think a lot of us are just clawing to get out of the Big Ten and kind of make a statement right away.
It's the most excited I've been since I've started my coaching career. I'm not gonna lie. To see the work they put in, to see the suffering some of them have gone through, to go out there and watch them compete, I'll have definitely a smile on my face.
That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the SUV of the future for everyone. Ford Edge. With all new Sync 4A with a 12-inch touchscreen and available enhanced active park assist, it's built to make life easier. Because the SUV of the future isn't built for a few. It's built for America. Ford Edge. Drive one today. Now, choose FlexBuy on Ford Edge and get 0% APR financing for 66 months, plus $500 cash only at your local Ford dealer.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andrew Orden, board-certified plastic surgeon and host of The Doctors. If you're like most people struggling with areas of stubborn, diet-resistant body fat, then it's time you call Sono Bello.
I lost 2 inches here in the waist, and I lost 3.5 inches here in my hips.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
I got to buy 4 brand new bikinis. I had abs after Sono Bello.
Sono Bello can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just 1 visit.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly on your stomach, back, or even your thighs.
I actually tried a bikini on, and I looked in the mirror and I thought, wow.
Call 1-855-417-8921 or go to sonobello.com.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just a cold. If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a cold. Unlike other cold medicines, Coracetin provides powerful cold relief without raising your blood pressure. Be there for life's best moments with Coracetin, now in sugar-free liquid.
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Introducing the best deal in mobile. Unlimited on 2 or more lines for just $29.99 a line. All on a nationwide 5G network that provides the best overall experience and reliability. Call 844-677-2999.
Unlimited for $29.99. This offer's going to take off.
We changed the rules when we introduced mobile with no contracts, no added taxes, and no hidden fees. And now we're doing it again, making it easier to get unlimited for less with our best deal ever. Get unlimited from Spectrum Mobile for just $29.99.
That's amazing.
It's the best deal in mobile. Join the millions who've switched to get the best deal in mobile. Unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included for just $29.99 and save up to 60%. Call 844-677-2999. Click SpectrumMobile.com or visit a store near you.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
A real late night for Chris Reese. Used to the mornings, but he's here for us. He's got a final look at the forecast.
Hey, it's a Friday. At least I get to sleep in tomorrow.
You do.
Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to. And the weather, not all that bad either. By tomorrow, we're variably cloudy, so we'll see some of that cloud cover earlier on. That'll start to clear out towards the afternoon. Your Halloween Sunday doesn't get much better than that this time of the year, but more 40s and 20s next week.
Chris, thanks for being with us. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. Have a safe Halloween and homecoming weekend.